Hello, my name is John Miller. I'm the Jefferson County Coordinator for RSVP. That's the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program. And today I have with me 3 of our serving volunteers, and I would like to give them a chance to share their experiences with you. We have with us today Joseph Boxerman, Mary Platt, and Doris Slocum. They will be speaking with you in turn. I will be asking them a few questions, and let's start with Joe.
Okay.
Where are you serving? Where have you served with RSVP?
Last year I served at Habitat for Humanity, helping to remodel a house, and I'm planning on doing that again.
Great.
And also I'm helping out at the Fairfield Public Library, helping with their book sale.
Ah, great. And I believe I saw you at the Green Iowa AmeriCorps last summer. You and I
that's right. I was planting trees.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, got to give them a little press also.
Okay, good.
What sparked your interest in RSVP?
Well, I've been in and out of Iowa since 1971, and my wife and I moved here in 2002. And what we found is that Iowa's a very special state, very special people. And so the more opportunities I could have to interact with people in our town, the better. And it also, of course, is a great opportunity to give back to a great city and a great state. So,
terrific. What would you say is good about volunteering for yourself? What has been most fruitful, either for you or for the people you've served?
Well, I enjoy getting out and meeting people that I wouldn't otherwise interact with. And then, for instance, when I was doing carpentry, it's always fun to exercise that skill. Or planting trees, I actually learned a lot that I could use personally about how to plant a tree. So I'm now applying that to our own yard. And so generally just there's so many different reasons, and you don't really know what you're going to learn or what you're going to enjoy, but it's proved to be a very enjoyable and fruitful experience.
Terrific. By the way, Joe has used up some of his 15 minutes of fame that we all get by having his photo on our RSVP brochure, which
All right.
you may see at the library and various other venues throughout the town. Thanks for that, Joe.
Thank you, too.
Do you have any special memories of what the volunteering is you've done so far? Anything really come to mind, stand out like, wow, that was a high moment for me?
Well, I really enjoyed working particularly with Kathy Brown in Habitat for Humanity, because turns out she is a former school teacher, and one of her colleagues, who she used to call Mrs. Ham, also worked with her. And they were very knowledgeable about construction, and they gave me all sorts of tips about how to do a job a little more efficiently. So that was, and also interacting with them. So yeah, that was really a high point. That's why I'm looking for to work with Habitat for Humanity again.
Great. Glad to hear it. What would you say to a viewer who might be considering signing up with RSVP?
Yeah, I'd say that, particularly if you've got time on your hands, this is a great way to use it and to make yourself feel more vital, and also to contribute to the growth and the well-being of our community.
Sounds good. Sign me up.
All right.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate your sharing your experiences. Next, we have Mary Platt. Thanks, Mary, for coming.
Oh, my pleasure.
Good to see you.
Good to see you,
I'll
too.
ask you the similar questions, if I could.
Sure.
Where are you serving with RSVP first?
I'm working at the Fairfield Senior Center.
Oh, okay. And what is your duty or service there?
Well, I teach Qigong.
And what is that?
Qigong is it's a discipline that originates in China. And it's a mind-body kind of exercise similar to yoga.
Oh, okay.
Very, very good for health and vitality.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how long have you been doing that?
Just a few months.
A few months?
Since
Okay.
last spring, yeah.
Very good. What first sparked your interest in RSVP?
Well, my husband and I had recently moved to Fairfield, and we were looking for ways to get more involved in the community and also share these things that we love to teach because they are of huge benefit to people of all ages.
Okay.
So, yeah, we found a brochure and I called you up.
I think you answered my next question, which is what's good about volunteering? And you said it's a chance to be of service and
Yeah, a
connect.
chance to be of service and actually, as Joe said before, a way to meet people that I probably never would cross paths with. And also, I believe that Qigong is something that they probably never would even be aware of
Sure.
had it not been for this.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thank you for offering that. That's a great addition. Do you have any special memories so far in your classes? Obviously, you can't mention names, but anything surfaces that...
right. Well, I would say it's been a short time, just a few months, but what comes up for me is that when I go every other week is when I go.
Okay.
Everybody's really happy. They're happy. They tell me they feel much better. They feel calmer. They feel more energetic.
Nice.
I really enjoy working with them. I'm also really happy to see them. And if I've been away and I haven't been there in more than 2 weeks, we all miss each other.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah.
So, just for the viewers' information, do you meet on Thursday mornings, yes?
We meet on Thursday mornings, yes,
And-
from 11 to 11:30, right before they serve lunch at the senior center.
And is it certain Thursdays of the month?
It's it's every other week, but sometimes that might shift depending on my schedule and their
Okay.
schedule.
Okay.
So
I think, if I remember, the number at the senior center is 4403.
it
So-
could be.
472.
Uh-huh.
So people could call and get the schedule.
They could call. Yes,
Okay.
definitely. I was there last Thursday, so I'll be there a week from this Thursday.
Okay. Good. And finally, what would you say to a viewer who might be thinking about joining RSVP?
Well, also to repeat some of the things that Joe said, it really is a wonderful way to contribute to this very unique and wonderful community that we live in, to meet people that you wouldn't normally meet, perhaps, and just to share in the joy of connecting on both sides, on the side of the volunteer and also on the side of the people that are benefiting from the service.
Ah, great. Well, thank you very much
Well, thank
for
you.
coming. Hi, Doris.
Hi, John. How
Nice
are
to-
you?
Just fine. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for coming. Let me ask, first of all, where are you serving in RSVP?
Well, it seems as though there's a new relationship with RSVP and the library.
Right.
I don't know if it's recent. Is that for
Just
sure?
a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I saw the ad in the article in the Weekly Reader,
Ah.
and I decided to stop by. And I was very interested in all the events that are going on at the library, plus just the ongoing activities that might interest me. So that really got me started in RSVP.
good.
I did at one time, I can't even remember what years it was, I did 6 years of RSVP Meals on Wheels in Kansas. And that's how I got introduced to the actual program, knowing that it's
Oh,
a
okay.
federally funded program and that you have to keep track of your hours and that sort of thing.
Right,
So I kind of
right.
know the routine about RSVP, but this is my first relationship in Fairfield with RSVP.
Great. Well, thanks for joining.
Yeah.
And it sounds like what sparked your interest was your previous experience.
Yes, previous experience, and then the library has always
Okay.
been a special part of my experience in Fairfield. I love this library; it has a lot going on, and I love the staff, and so I knew that it would be fun to hang out there.
Yeah.
And the things that you had introduced or that you have a relationship with now is not just the book fair, but there's some archives in the basement on the history of Iowa,
Right,
the history of Fairfield, which sounds real interesting. And they're going to do some kind of math science program with the young
Right,
kids,
STEM,
with fifth graders. STEM, I forget what that stands for.
Science, technology, engineering, and math.
Math.
Yes.
It's going to be a whole day, seminar with
Yeah.
fifth graders. It sounded exciting, so that all just kind of met with my
Terrific.
joy about being a volunteer.
Great. Well, you've answered my next question, which
Ah.
is what's good about volunteering?
Well, I always use the quote, Mother Teresa said that not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. And most of the things that I do I consider them quite small, but I can do them with great love. If I have a joy in what I'm doing, that love will transfer to whoever I'm interacting with. So
Definitely.
that's kind of how I see volunteering. It's a two-way street. I not only get to make somebody else benefit, but I benefit an enormous amount by volunteering. I always have.
Great. Thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah.
You've been there just a few weeks, but you might draw on your previous experience. But any special memory of serving with RSVP here or?
Well,
prior?
in Kansas, yeah, because I haven't done enough in the RSVP program. I do some other volunteering at the school, at the elementary school here in
Okay.
Fairfield, which is a delight because I work with kindergartners, and they're full of hugs, and hugs are always great. But the Meals on Wheels program in Kansas was always a great benefit, and people were always so glad to see you. It really wasn't about the food. It was usually about the visit,
Nice.
or about their
Yeah.
dog, or about their grandkids, or about whatever else went on. And so it was that interaction, and that's probably what will happen at the library too. That's what I expect from it. I
bet.
have high expectations for my
Yeah.
volunteering, and
Well-
I don't do things I don't enjoy. I always
Yeah.
do things I love.
I suspect they'll come true. It seems like a lively town with a lot of good opportunities like that.
Yes, for sure.
The final question, what would you say to a viewer who might be considering signing up with RSVP?
I think Joe mentioned that if you have any spare time, that this is the way to enjoy and get involved in the community, get to know the people, but to also benefit from that usefulness. You feel useful. You feel like I said, it might be a small thing, but even the small things make you feel like there's something you can do in the day that will make your day and their day better, which is
Certainly.
what it's all about.
Thank you. Yes, actually there is research that shows that not only when you volunteer do you serve the agency or the person, but in return research shows you tend to live a longer, healthier, and a happier life. So
Yeah,
pretty hard to beat that.
it is. That's a good formula for success.
Right. Yes. All right. Thanks very much for
Thank you.
sharing your experience so far.
You're welcome.